Hey guys, we are back to Serai Bukit Bandaraya today. Today I'm showing you an exclusive unit, 4,945 square feet, 4+1 room, 6 bathroom unit in this exclusive development. Low density, only 121 units here in this 6 acres of land. Today's house tour is going to be a little bit different because we are going to have a special guest here. So this episode is going to be very insightful for you because we are going to talk about what sort of interior design ideas and concept that is suitable for a sky bungalow. Let's go. If you'd like to find out more about the facilities and common area of Serai, please click the link above to check out my first video. Now we are entering into the entrance foyer of this home. So first you see it comes with an imported marble flooring and wall. So this unit is actually for sale in the market. If you'd like to find out more about this unit, please click the link below. And today we are going to tour this house with our very special guest, Blaine Robert, the founder of Blaine Robert Design, one of the top interior design firm in Malaysia, and the creator behind Ritz-Carlton Residence Show Unit and many more luxury homes. Because this unit is going to come partly furnished, so Blaine is going to share with us on the ideas when it comes to interior design themes and concept on what the next owner of this house can do with. Here comes Blaine. Hey Blaine.
Peter, man, how's it going? Good to see you.
Good to see
Hi,
you.
everyone.
Good to see you. Okay, we have Blaine here. So first of all, Blaine, it's an honor to have you here. So we are at this unit which is 4,945 square feet, a size of a bungalow in the sky.
Yes.
And we'd like to hear from you of what the next owner of this home can do with this house in terms of the interior design and the concept and the theme.
Yes.
So first, let's start with the entrance foyer because we know that the entrance foyer is always the first impression created for the guests coming into your house.
Right.
So what is your ideas about what they can do with this space here?
Sure. No, like you said, this is Serai.
Correct.
I remember when this project was first launched, maybe about 4 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. I was a judge for the Malaysian Property Developer Awards,
Wow.
and we really pushed to make sure that this property won. Because like you said, it is life in the sky. It's a lovely area of Bangsar, and it really creates a beautiful lifestyle. But now we are in the entranceway when we just come out of the elevator, you know, and as you can see by the developer, all marble floor, all marble walls, all centrally air conditioned just outside the elevator. So if that is the case, you know, we don't want to do something that's going to damage the marble or damage the walls or damage the ceiling or drilling into the ceiling that could affect the air conditioning or the piping. So here it's all about loose furniture. You know, here it's all about creating mood and drama with statement piece sideboards, pull down pendant lighting, luxury seating, beautiful carpeting. Paint the ceiling in a little bit of a darker color, or if you really got a bit of courage, do the ceiling in a wallpaper in a bit of a gold or a metallic finish. You know, just add something that really creates statement. Oftentimes we don't see that we've got a window, you know, within the area.
That's right.
But in this case we do. Drapery is not generally the way I want to go on these kind of things. You want to do it in sleek blinds, California shutters, something that you can adjust the light and create more of a moody, sleeky kind of sexy drama.
Right.
So we've got a great palette to start with. We walk into Elegance. It's huge and it's big. Let's go inside and see what else.
Let's check out the living space.
Come on, let's go do it.
So Blaine, what about the grand foyer?
Yeah, well, you know, as soon as you walk into the door or walk into any condominium or home in the sky, it's all about zoning. You know, you don't want to walk in, open the doors and go, wow, this is it. This is everything. There's nothing that's interesting or captures your mind. Pulling down a little bit of a partition wall here that swivels a little bit with an interesting finish or an interesting art piece. Something like that, you know, and then by creating that, when you walk through, it's like, wow, what is this? That's interesting. And then you go a little bit more to the left or to the right, and it's like, wow, that was unexpected. And then again, off to this side, then you get to see unique and different things that are unexpected, not what you...
That's right.
Yeah, exactly. And then, you know, we've always got to the utility cabinet,
the DV box
here, which, you know, doesn't necessarily have the nicest doors. So what you want to do is maybe clad that up with a hidden door where you just push it, it opens up, you've got ample storage, you've got everything that you need in there. and then you close it up and it looks like a decorative feature.
You have a nice
And then
decoration.
absolutely you need to have a statement art piece here. Absolutely. And then of course we've got the powder room, and then the powder room, the finishes, the floor finish, the wall finishes, everything is very similar to what's throughout the rest of the apartment. So
we will check out the master bathroom
let's do
later.
that, and we'll talk about that.
Now let's check out the living space.
Sounds good.
Okay, Blaine, one thing I love about this layout is that the wide layout you have in the living space area. So this is a huge space for living and dining combining together.
Correct.
But one of the challenges that most owners have here is they don't know what to do with such a big space when it comes to the space planning and the decoration.
Yep.
What's your thought about this?
Well, like we said before, when you come in from the main lobby, you know, you've got the grand foyer area, and there you want to zone it to create things that are interesting and visually appealing. The same thing comes to a living area or a formal living area like this that's so grand and so huge. You know, we've got a space here that walks down this way like a bit of a corridor, you know, with the ceiling, past or ceiling pulled down with the air conditioning, creating a kind of louver panel on this side that can be swiveled open up. It creates like a pathway here for you to have your own kind of internal space. But then on this side, you've got the grand living again. So here, it's all about not doing too much in terms of carpentry and built-in works, but really tasteful loose furniture pieces. You know, things that really create a statement and an impact without being too heavy and cluttered. You've got an open space here. You want to keep that feeling of it being fresh, it being open. When people come, you don't want them to feel as though they're in something that's tight and cramped. It needs to have that light, fresh feel. So then it comes to colors. What are we going to do? You know, are we going to use paint? Are we going to clad it? Are we going to use wallpaper? What are we going to do? You know, there are many different choices, but these days, that contemporary, minimalist, sleek, I've traveled abroad a lot and I've seen a lot. I would say paint, wallpaper, statement art pieces, statement lighting, really interesting console tables, hairline gold finishes, marble tops, veneer in kind of exotic wood finishes, and then the lighting. Here, again, they're using a lot of down lighting, but I think what we should really be looking at in a property like this is eyeball lighting. The small, tiny little ones that you see when you stay at a hotel. They create a really sleek, sexy kind of mood and drama. You know, and then you can turn them on and turn them off in different ways to create the lighting that is just really kind of appealing, and always in a warm white or in a yellow. And why is that? Because we all look fabulous in warm white and yellow light.
That's right.
Yeah. So let's move on to the dining room here. Yeah. The best thing about this dining room area is we have two things. We've got a statement wall, and we also have a statement window with an absolutely gorgeous view. So the question is, do we want to put blinds on this and cover it up? We don't. This is where we would probably use drapery. You know, but something that's really interesting is even with drapery, you know, you've got your full drapery and then you've also got your day curtains. Something that I think is really interesting to do, because you have the privacy here, is only use day curtains. There's no need to have full drapery and close it for privacy. Give it that open sort of resort kind of feeling where you open the window and the day curtains kind of move in the wind, and it just creates that resort kind of living feeling.
And the freedom kind of feeling as well, right?
Exactly. And then with the statement wall here, what we need to do is create at least some carpentry work that's going to give the owner the necessary storage that they need to have. You know, even though it's big, we still need to make sure that ample storage is there. And then what do? Should we mirror it to create even a bigger look and feel, or should we statement art piece it? But whatever we do, we have to keep a very clean, seamless look and feel throughout the foyer, the grand foyer, the dining room, and the living area.
The zoning,
It does.
What you mentioned just now,
We want people to walk in and not just feel as though, oh, okay, this is what I get. You want them to walk in, like I said earlier, and be surprised. Turn the corner and go, wow, what's this? Turn the corner that way, wow, now I see something even more interesting. So that's what it's all about. Shall we move to the kitchen?
Well, before that, let me show you the balcony, and I'd like to hear from you what we can do with the balcony space. Right, so this balcony space comes with a white layout with the stone tiles. So what would be your suggestion for this?
I think you push.
A few moments later.
So I'm always right.
Yeah.
What do you do here?
Right, I mean, this is where I want to get relaxed.
Yeah.
This is where I like to spend some quiet time of my own. So what do you suggest we can do with this space here?
Okay.
Right.
Absolutely, this is definitely one of the major selling points of this property. It truly
That's right,
is.
yeah.
You know, you might think of it just as being a balcony, but it's not. It's actually an extended living area.
Right.
So the point is, or the trick here is we don't put anything that's going to get damaged by the wind, the rain, the heat, the humidity, and these kind of things that we have here in Malaysia. So sleek, contemporary outdoor furniture, teak and aluminum, or teak and stainless steel finish.
Yes.
2 or 3 ceiling fans, use maybe just a little bit of paint to create something, and again, another statement art piece.
Right.
All of the furniture very low to the ground, very sleek, very comfortable, where you get into it, you just don't want to move.
Right, okay. Now let's check out the heart of the house, which is the kitchen. Now we are here in the kitchen, and right in front of the kitchen here is where you have the second living space here. So I actually like to hear from Blaine what we can do extra for kitchen and also the space in front of the dry kitchen.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, the additional living space that's over there, we'll get to that.
Right.
But you know, as a subsale or as a property that you're buying from a previous owner, you know, you have to go in and you have to think, where do I need to spend money as a new owner? You know, the kitchen here is done not too bad at all.
Yes.
You know, the veneer finish is good, the Caesar stone tops,
The
solid
premium
wood tops,
appliances,
premium
right.
appliances. So my philosophy is, if it's not broken, why spend the money on
That's right.
creating something
That's
that's
really
even more?
practical.
It's
Right.
just a matter of how to add on to it, or how to add a little bit of flair.
That's right.
And in this case, how do you add flair? Of course, you would change the window treatment here to
course.
something a little bit more sleek, but
Right.
practical considering it's over the sink. But then paint the ceiling in a little bit of a darker color, you know? Or where you've used the wallpaper on the ceiling in another area, kind of pull it in bits and pieces with interesting framing around it, so that everything looks interesting from the floor all the way up to the ceiling.
Right,
You know? And then when it comes to the wet kitchen, of course the wet kitchen, you just want to keep it practical, keep it simple, so that who's ever in there can do what they need to do their cooking, do their baking, clean it up, everything is perfect from
Right,
there.
right.
But then we come into, as you call it, the additional or the
Additional living space. Right.
So in a smaller condominium, I think what we would do is we'd probably call this like the family hall.
That's right.
But when you're living in a condominium like this, something this expensive, that's this gorgeous, that's got this kind of zoning and this kind of space, I think what you really want to do here is whatever it is, it goes seamless into the full design concept.
Right.
So people, when they come in, they don't think, what a gorgeous living, what a gorgeous dining, but oh, that was a bit of an afterthought what they're doing over here. So we have to think of what the lifestyle is.
Right,
You know,
right.
are you working from home? Are you a person that likes to do crafts? Are you a person that's got kids and you like them to do their homework in front of you where you can keep your eye on them?
Right.
So that's what this area can be utilized for. It can be utilized for home office, family hall, or even a personal family kitchen. You know, where this is where you'd have breakfast, this is where you would spend your time together, this is where you scold your kids and you help them with your homework. And
Especially when you are cooking in the kitchen, you can still scold them here.
Absolutely,
Right.
and there's nothing wrong with scolding your kids
Right.
either. Kids need that a little bit.
Yes.
But no, it's all about keeping a seamless flow throughout the whole entire place.
That's important, the flow.
Yeah, and then again, with a unit this big, what do we have? We've got another statement wall.
Right.
You know, in a smaller unit, we would consider using a lot more mirror. But in this case, we don't have to. But I think adding a little bit of mirror just creates a little bit more ambience, you know? The way it catches the light and it reflects sometimes on the floor or on the furniture. It just creates a little bit more of a more interesting mood that's a little bit more drama.
That's right, that's
Yeah.
right. That's a great idea.
So I would say next, let's go down the corridor and let's take a look
Yeah.
at some of the rooms.
Yeah, sure. Let's go. Blaine, any idea for the hallway?
Well, first of all, you know, in the formal living, in the dining and the family hall area or the additional kitchen area or family hall area, everything is done in a really beautiful marble finish.
Right.
And then when you come down the corridor, everything is in this natural wood,
That's
but
right.
they've kept it in kind of a neutral color with a slight gray twinge. But the best thing about this unit is the fact when you look down the corridor, what you see is the statement wall.
Right.
So when you
Statement
come
wall,
down
yeah.
here, what do you want to see? You know, that's an area where in an interesting way you can do family photos. It's also in an interesting way where you could do a statement art piece, or maybe even something like a religious kind of art piece, depending on your cultural heritage
Right,
or where
right.
you
Your
come from.
belief or that,
Your
yeah.
beliefs, you know. But that's what I love about apartments like this. A lot of times the space is so small that they'll have to put a door at the end, but in this case, it's a statement piece.
That's right.
And then as you can see from the doors, they're very interesting the way they've done the doors.
Right.
But again, choose the color very carefully. Just putting a veneer over that door or putting a laminate over that door can really change it from being sort of, you know, a common kind of look and
Yeah,
feel.
the whole
to
feelings of it, yeah.
Right. You know, even in a laminate in a leather finish or in a fabric finish or something like that can really take the unit from nice to
Right.
fantastic.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. What about the wall here and this storage room?
Storage, that's another thing Serai's been
Right.
very good at. They actually do put quite a bit of storage into these units.
That's
And the thing is, the doors might not be exactly what you want.
Right.
These aren't that expensive to replace, but I always suggest if you're going to do that, do it in a way where it's a hidden door where nobody knows.
Right.
Because as homeowners as well, you know, we've got things that are private and confidential,
Privacy, yes.
and there's areas where we need to find where we can put these things in that they're kept safe, that only I or
know where is it,
right,
yes.
only the family
Right,
knows.
right.
Right. So let's go into one of the bedrooms, the master.
Let me show you the master.
Okay.
Right. Well, here we are in the master bedroom. Blaine, what do you think about the size of this room?
Well, you know, it's not exactly the biggest master bedroom, but the developer, BRDB, what they did is they were smart. They said, what does an owner want? Do they want a little bit of a smaller master bedroom and a huge walk-in
Right,
closet,
right,
private walk-in
right,
closet,
right.
or the opposite? And a project like this, it's probably more prudent to go a little bit smaller bedroom
Right.
and a larger private
important
walk-in.
now, yeah.
Because at the end of the day, what are you doing in here? You know, you're just sleeping in here. You know, master bedrooms aren't like what they used to be before.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, and then, you know, we've got very clean walls here, and the developer has already put in the M&E, so you know exactly where things should go.
Yes.
But again, you know, we live in a multicultural country where we've got feng shui principles and Indian principles,
right.
and, you know, there are a lot of things, so we have to take these into consideration. But the bed goes here, gorgeous headboard, interesting side paneling, inlay, stainless steel inlay, rose gold.
That's a great idea.
And we pull pendant lights from the ceiling instead of doing bedside table lamps.
Right.
You know, with gang switches, so you don't have to get out of bed to turn the lights off.
And this one here?
Well, again, we've got a statement wall. The bed needs to be a super king, so we don't have a lot of space here.
Right.
So here, a console table with just minimal storage drawers, huge, gorgeous mirror. But if a mirror isn't your thing, again, a beautiful statement art piece. Something that, a statement art piece of something that you've seen that you love, that brings a lot of love and joy into your life. You want to look at it every morning when you wake up.
Right.
And then if you go over to this side,
space,
you
yeah.
can tell over here that we even still have a lot of space from the entrance door coming in. So we can create more cabinetry coming
More
all
storage,
the way down here.
right.
Storage, wardrobe space without it looking like wardrobe space. The doors can be sleek and clean, hidden, so it looks like a decorative wall. You push it, open it up. Places for your dresses, places for your shirts, drawers. You've got everything with inside lighting.
Right.
Incorporate a vanity table in here or a
Yes,
vanity
yes.
desk for the woman to do her thing.
all right.
Or create a huge statement vanity area over here for her. This is her private domain.
Right.
You know, or if you want to, this can even be a bit of a home office. You know, if you don't want to be working out there or your designated space.
Right.
The wife likes to do her emails or she likes to do her things in her own private space. That can be incorporated
That's
in
right,
here
that's
as well.
right. So one thing that takes up the size of this room is the walk-in wardrobe area.
True.
Let me show you.
Let's go look.
Right. Well, I feel that this is a decent size for a walk-in wardrobe area. What do you think about this space?
Yep. Okay, it is. It's perfect, really.
It's perfect, yeah.
You know, for a unit this size, if we add additional wardrobe space outside, we'll definitely be able to create more space if a husband and wife, or if they've got a lot of things that they
Right.
want to put away.
Right.
But here, what they've done is everything is in a veneer finish.
Yeah.
You know,
Natural
and
look.
a natural look, and it's open concept.
Yes.
Now, open concept is something you either love or you really hate. In a
That's right.
developer showroom, the open concept with the white, gray, and black clothes and everything looks gorgeous, it's perfect.
Yes.
You know, but if you're going to live here, we've got lives, you know,
Yes,
and you
alright.
can never make it look exactly as beautiful as
Especially
it
the
does.
colors of the dress.
Right. And you know, nobody has got time to be color coordinating everything.
Right.
So that's a question that you might have. You know, would you want to put doors on it and cover it all up and close it up
Right.
for dust reasons or things like this? Or do you want to keep it just as it is? I'll say it again, just like the kitchen, if it's not broken, let's not spend money on fixing
That's right,
it.
that's right.
It's
That's
quite
really
good.
practical.
But I definitely add some more lighting in here as well, just to make it so you can see absolutely everything that you need.
Right.
You know, maybe a narrow little island in here,
right.
that on this side it's all about his watches and his things.
Right.
On the other side facing the bathroom, it's all about her jewelry,
Right.
it's all about her things that she loves,
Right.
that she wants to look at. And area to display bags and the things that really bring you a lot of personal love and joy.
What about the mirrors?
In here,
Right.
to be honest with you, in a private or a walk-in walk-in wardrobe, if there's no window, you don't get a lot of natural light.
Right,
So in that case, you want to pick and choose what you have and then go into the bathroom
must.
or go back into
Right.
there, and that's where you present yourself and pull yourself together.
Right. So now let's check out the place where you present yourself in
Yes.
front of the mirror, which is the master bathroom. Right. It's beautiful, full marble wall, full marble floor. What else can we do to beautify this place?
Yeah. Well, again, this is a signature aspect of BRDB. You know, they are always very clever in choosing their finishes for their bathrooms.
Right.
Very clean, very neutral, very contemporary. Everything sleek that's not going to go out of style for very long. But does that mean that there's nothing else we can do? Of course there's more we can do.
Right.
You know, the ceiling is very clean. We need to add more lighting in here.
More lighting.
Yeah, and maybe even some track lighting or something, recessed
here.
lighting over the sink and the mirror, so
Right.
that you can really see what you're doing.
Right.
You know, and then of course the window treatment if you feel you need a little bit more privacy, but paint the ceiling in a darker color, pull pendant lighting in, oversized soft finishings on the floor,
Right.
beautiful little accessories in silver or hairline finish or in gold or in rose gold with ceramics in white. You know, adding some fresh flowers makes such a huge
Right, the
difference.
plants, yes.
And then now with the invention of 3M tape and things like that, we can still put big pieces of art
Art piece.
on the wall
Without damaging the wall.
Exactly,
Right.
exactly.
Right.
Yeah, so no, my personal opinion, this bathroom is pretty darn good. Like,
Right.
I wouldn't really do very much to it.
Right.
You know, they've already put in additional storage above the sink. They've already put in additional storage below the sinks.
That's right.
So we're kind of set. Is there enough? Maybe not enough, but we can do that too. But if you can ever avoid doing any carpentry works in the bathroom where you need to drill into the wall, if you can avoid it, avoid it.
Yes, that's right. Because you have a beautiful marble wall here. Right. Okay. Now let's check out the rest of the bedrooms.
Okay, let's go
Right.
look.
Here we are in one of the bedrooms. So this house comes with 4+1 room. All the bedroom come with an ensuite toilet. So what would you do with a bedroom this size?
Well, one of the good things about this property I can tell already is that all of the bedrooms are actually about the same size. You know, it's a 4+1, right?
That's right.
And it truly is a 4+1. The bedrooms are big or big enough
It
to
is.
create a lifestyle that anybody would want to live in here.
Right.
But what would I do? Of course, when you've got any property, you've got to decide what to do with your wardrobes.
Right.
In this particular property, the wardrobes have already been
You've
done.
got a nice-
you know,
nice
they've been
wardrobe
done in
design.
sort of a matte white finish that's
Right.
quite easy to keep clean.
Right.
And then they've pulled in that really contemporary wood handle.
Right.
You know, is it good enough? It all depends on how you stage or how you do the rest of
Right.
it. But as I've said to you before, If it's not broken, don't spend money on fixing
right,
it.
that's
so
right.
my personal feeling is it goes from floor to ceiling. They're not bad. Let's keep them and let's work around them.
Right, okay.
Yep.
What about this space that we have right here?
Well, when I look at this, the first thing I think of as an interior designer is this is the area where we'd create some kind of home office desk.
Right.
You know,
right.
you'd have here that you would look outside.
You get a
and
nice view of the nature,
exactly.
the city.
This is what you would be doing in this space.
Right.
The bed pulled in there, statement art piece, keep it very clean,
here.
keep it very contemporary.
Right.
You know, the ceiling may be painted in a little bit of a darker color, add a lot more eyeball lighting, and statement art piece over there, ensuite bathroom, stage it, just make it look fresh and sexy. Everything's done. And whatever you do here, you can do that in all of the other bedrooms.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, a lot of times in places like this, owners or parents will actually spend more money on their kids' bedrooms than they actually do on the kitchens.
Really?
And yeah, it's crazy, it's ridiculous, I can't stand it. But that's what they do.
Right.
But it's always my advice, you know, even if your child is 8 years old or 9 years old and they like pink and they like blue, if they like those things, you don't want to do the wardrobes in pink and blue. You know, you want to keep the wardrobes very clean, very neutral, so they look good now and they'll look good forever.
Forever.
And even when the little girl says, oh, mommy and daddy, I don't like pink anymore, you know, if the wardrobes are done in a neutral color, you don't need to invest any more money on upgrading them.
Right.
But a pink throw carpet, a pink ghost chair,
Right.
an art piece with a little bit of pink in it.
Right.
Over time, if they don't like this, they can be thrown out in the rubbish, or you can put them in the maid's room, or you can
Right,
put them in
right.
the other room, or give them to some of your family members.
Right.
So remember, the most expensive things, you keep it clean and contemporary. The things that bring you that personal touch, those are the things that you keep inexpensive and cheap.
Right, right.
But overall, fabulous. But I could
Amazing.
just see myself sitting here and working and looking outside.
Yes, of course. After a long hour of work, just looking at these views is amazing.
Yeah. Or if you don't want to do that, a nice little side table in a chrome finish or a gold
Right.
finish with a nice Ames chair or something
Right.
like that.
Reading,
That is your area to just chill out, relax.
Right, right.
You know, and it is a bedroom,
Right.
but it can be used as a home office.
That's right.
With people at this level of purchase, they're also interested in a home gym. One of
Right,
these rooms
right,
can be
right.
redone to sort of reflect a home gym or a
Right.
fitness type of environment.
Having your treadmill facing this view as well.
Well, that's a better view than my treadmill is facing. That's why I
Right.
never use my treadmill.
I see. Okay, Blaine, thank you very much for touring the house. So by the way, this house is for sale in the market. If you are the buyer, would you consider buying this house?
You know, as a person who's going to buy a piece of property, you've got to do your due diligence and understand.
Right.
BRDB, would I buy them? Absolutely, I'd buy them.
Right.
I've toured it, I've looked at it, I've seen the fittings, the features for a property that's as old as it is. It has character, it's got charm,
Right.
and it's got a lot of potential to turn it into something that is going to be your own personal space. So would I would, if the
Right.
price is right.
Right, that's right. Well, lastly, what would be your advice for the next home buyer of this unit?
Okay, well, a lot of people think that, you know, if you can afford to spend 5 million or 6 million to buy a property, then you can spend an astronomical amount doing the interior design. But my advice to any homeowner is, number one, only spend as much as you can actually afford and not a penny more.
Right.
And definitely, if you think you've got style or you've got sophistication and you can create a lifestyle that you want, go ahead and try it on your own. But remember to always think about the big picture before you just go out buying a bunch of furniture and then you bring it in and it doesn't work.
Yep.
Or enlist an interior designer to work with you.
Right.
Yeah.
One important word of today's episode is zoning.
Zoning.
Zoning, and that's very important. That's something that I learned today as well. Well, that's the end. Thank you very much to Blaine.
Yep.
And thank you for watching MBTV.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.